sailing toward Olszewski, under it at the number 30. Runs straight ahead to the 40 right side of the 45-50. A burst across the 45-40, 35-30. Cuts across the 25 outside the grasp of the punter. Beats another man. Tight rope to the sideline. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots!
Got a little mojo 2 weeks in a row on special teams now.
Welcome back to the 52nd edition of the YSF Fiesta podcast. We are back. We are off the massive blowout of the Los Angeles Chargers. Feels like 2014. Sure doesn't feel like 2020. We got kick returns. We got blocked kicks, shutouts, or what? Where do we want to start? Where do we want to start? This game lost its mind. It lost its marbles.
It was like being on
the. Ask Jacob if he can find.
Say that again.
Ask Jacob if he can find a negative.
No, hold on. Let's talk about all the positives here first, because there's so many that we could do our entire hour on just this.
There's not a lot of negatives in this game. Not a lot.
There aren't any.
I don't think there's one.
We'll find some.
All right, let's start here. I found a place. Jacob, you asked for a convincing win. Is this a convincing win?
Of course it's a convincing win. We beat up on a bad team.
Touchdowns and all the field goals and turnovers, they lose this game.
If you take away, let's say, 45 of their points, they lose this game.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Jacob.
No, they don't. Actually, they don't lose this game if you take away 45 of their points.
They tie.
They tie, yeah.
The under was 46.5.
I can't believe we were underdogs in this game. It isn't.
Yeah.
I told you before the game. It didn't make any sense to me.
You also told me before the game you're having a tough decision on who to pick for it. So
sorry, that was Tuesday. Don't act like I didn't pick the Patriots.
So what?
You gotta give them credit.
Thursday,
for that.
you have. Yeah.
I did pick the Patriots, so don't complain. Don't yell at me, okay? Don't yell at me.
No, but this game was like you're on hardcore like psychedelic drugs. You're like, is that Ryan Izzo catching a pass? N'Keal Harry
scored a touchdown. Gunnar Olszewski scored 2 touchdowns, one of them from Jarrett Stidham, who didn't throw an interception. What else happened? Dietrich Wise got a sack. Devin McCourty got a touchdown.
Jason McCourty broke up a pass.
On in our group chat for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I was.
Terez Hall broke up a pass.
Ethan, you want to see my notes? I got like 2 pages worth.
Anytime the Pats are just steamrolling an opponent, Jacob's just nowhere to be seen in the chat. There's no point of him even being negative.
It's usually a good thing because I don't have to come in and complain.
Yeah.
So you guys should be happy about that. Like, I'm usually in like a Facebook group chat just because it's convenient with the Facebook app. That's.
Oh yeah, I see how it is.
But
right, you got an extra podcast with them too.
Yeah.
No, but
something you need to tell us, Jacob?
They run that Set the Edge podcast, 2 of them, but there's like 20 people in the group chat. So, anyways, Patriots talk.
Yeah.
Very good win. Not a lot of negatives to take out, and we finally got a convincing win for the first time in how long? It's like this was a nice
1
change.
week.
We could actually sit back and like watch a game and not be stressed the fuck over it. It was honestly, when was the last time we were able to do that? Like last year?
It was fun.
So
once it got 21-0, like the game was fun to watch. Like it was
that's exactly what I mean.
It's been a long time since we've had fun watching the Pats. That's for sure.
You guys, Grant, I don't know if you guys do it differently, but I'm from Boston, so I can't ever appreciate any good thing that comes from sports. So I never have fun watching my team do good. I always find negatives.
I actually found it really funny how like a lot of the basic, the dudes that in like the Boston media came out of this game being like, Cam only had like 69 yards in this game, and now let's go and review when was the last time a quarterback won a game of 69 yards passing. Is he out of the clear yet? Yeah. All right. Look. You want to find a
he's gonna throw
massive positive?
He's going to throw for 400 yards and a loss, and then going to criticize him for not throwing enough yards.
Cam played well.
Very well.
And he didn't have to have more than 69 yards. He scored at will.
Sorry.
He did his job.
No, you're good. No, Matt, go for it.
So, like, the one word I thought they brought up this really well on the broadcast is he was efficient. Like, it's not like he was lights out like he was against Seattle or he was against New York. He was, like, he just got the job done. He got touchdowns when we needed touchdowns. He had a clutch fourth down play a couple of times. I mean, it looked like he had a touchdown on a really nice outside run, and then he sneaks it obviously over top. I thought the Harry throw was really nice. It was just bullet right across a tough throw. I mean, he was efficient, and there was one play, and I think it was Joey Bosa coming off the edge, and Cam sensed it, finally stepped up and hit a big gain. I think it was he ran for like 10 or 15 yards, which was really nice to see.
Sensing pressure has been our number one gripe. Like, oh my God, Cam has not been able to sense this pressure. He can't read the blitz. He was calling out the blitzers, and he was sensing all the pressure. He was escaping or getting the ball out.
He had a good game.
Very well.
Definitely a good bounce back game off of last week, which was pretty bad. But this week, well, good.
It's not often where someone throws for no touchdowns and gets 69 yards, and we can call that a bounce back week.
Well, he threw for one touchdown.
Yeah,
one touchdown.
One touchdown. So, so that's really the only negative I can take out of this game. And granted, it was a blowout, so it doesn't really matter. But the passing game still doesn't look.
No, I know what he's saying there. It's you only have to. He doesn't have to be sweet for 4 quarters, and really by halftime that game was over. So you're not expecting Cam to come out and start dotting up players and whatnot. It was just kind of milk clock and get down the field. So,
but he still missed some throws that I thought he should have had. That's the only real negative I take from this game. Sorry, Jake, is that the passing game doesn't seem like it clicks, and that could end up being an issue if you play a better team that gets up on you. We've seen it before. We're down early and we have to throw early, and it just doesn't work because he's not that great of a passer. If we're up ahead early and we can just run it with Harris and even run with Cam where he's more comfortable, really, then we're in much better shape and Cam's going to look a lot better. You can't rely on Cam's arm to win you games.
That opening drive, I thought, was one of the best opening drives that we've had. It instantly reminded me of Kansas City AFC Championship game.
Yes,
I know that's probably a bad comparison.
No, that's a great comparison. I thought of the same thing.
7-minute drive, and then obviously you get a clutch fourth down conversion, and you're right there. So
that first drive,
good start, obviously.
That first drive
even against
the
Chargers, in our playoff game, it was like that one too.
Yeah, but
you're right, Jacob. There was a couple deep crossers to Myers that he missed, and then the one to Bird is one that sticks out in my mind.
Oh, he underthrew.
Really underthrown.
He had to.
Yeah, there were a couple times in this game where Cam did miss. You're right.
But as long as we don't have to rely on his arm, we're fine. That's the big thing. You can't rely, because I gave you the stat years weeks ago. Games he throws more than however many times he normally loses. So as long as they're not one dimensional on offense, we're in good shape.
Right, and
like you were saying, Jacob,
we're starting to play our best football after Thanksgiving, and we're starting to know the identity of the team, which is everything but passing, running the ball, defense, and special teams.
So that stat you're mentioning, Jacob, Patriots are now 4-1 in games this season that Cam Newton has attempted fewer than 20 passes, 2-4 in games he attempts 20 or over.
Yeah, and that tells you right there. It's
I don't think that stat is a little misleading for the fact that if you look at what was it again? How many? What are they in? What no when he throws under 20?
2-4.
Okay, wait. Under 20.
Okay,
under 4. I think it was 4-0.
Repeat the stat.
Yeah, so that's Miami in a double-digit win.
Yeah.
And then obviously this one was a blowout. It's if these it's more saying when they're up, they don't lose it. And they can't come from behind.
Yeah, when they get ahead
more or less
early,
than Cam being able to just throw themselves back into it. I don't say that Cam's throwing is the reason we can't win these games, because Cam's throwing won us New York and it won us Arizona at the end of it, the end of the game. But
he's also making history too. There was a second piece to that quote, or not quote, but statistics. He's the first quarterback in Super Bowl era to start 8+ games and have 2 times as many rushing touchdowns as passing touchdowns.
Well, okay, Grant, against Arizona, that was more with Cam's legs at the end of the game.
Well, there was the 15-yard run, but also after that run, there was like an 8-yard pickup to Jacoby Myers. That was like a great throw and catch to get him into it. Same with New York. At the end of the game, he hit like Jacoby for 10 plus to put him into
New York. I'll give you Arizona. I thought he was more productive running it at the end of the game, but regardless, no, like you put it out perfectly. If we're coming from behind, we cannot like win from behind.
I remember saying that in week 1. I was like, this option offense is great. This or not less option, more just kind of run the ball, bully
Run
ball.
heavy.
Yeah, run heavy. These dominant games is great when you're ahead, but it doesn't work when you're behind. And I mean, that proves it perfectly.
And that's what happened in our losses against Houston and Denver. Is you get behind and you're going to require Cam to drive down the field, but if you keep running the ball, you're going to have to throw the ball at some point, and that's just basically how we lost those 2 games.
Like, okay, so here's the stat I gave you a few weeks ago. It's pretty much the same as what Matt gave you, just a little more extent with Cam Newton. Is that his last 10 games where he used to attempt 40 or more passes in a game, he's 0-10. Last 8 were run score losses. So again, as I've said already, is that like you can't rely on him, but keep feeding Damian Harris though. He like that. I remember, and McDaniels had a great game too. I thought, like, especially the first drive was a beautiful drive, like executed to perfection, and the play calls were great.
Again with another great game.
Yeah, like Ethan said a week ago, Josh McDaniels is like a good corner. You don't talk about him when he has games like that. Somehow you only want to talk about him when he has
That's
bad
fair.
games.
Okay, so I have been the biggest critic of McDaniels, probably of anyone on this podcast besides maybe Ethan.
No,
But
it's you, Jake.
He's had 2, maybe it is me. He's had 2 weeks in a row now. Like, even the Cardinals game, I thought he was really good. So he's stringing together a couple games where you can't blame him at all for it. I mean, you can't blame anyone for blowing a team out, but he's had 2 really good games now back-to-back with the Cardinals and now this one with the Chargers. No doubt.
There is 2 things I want to talk about. I don't know where you guys want to start, but 2 things that I had listed were Mike Longley versus Joey Bosa, which I thought he did a really good job. And then the second one being just the front 7 play once again.
Yeah, for the most part. I think he let off a QB
well.
hit, but he was good. Sorry, Matt.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll just pull it up right now because I actually screenshotted it. So Bosa beat Onwenu for a pressure at right tackle.
While he pulls it up,
right guard, so.
I thought the whole 2020 draft class played very well. In this game specifically, Uche, Duggar, Jennings, Onwenu, like we just said, all of them had a great game.
And then the rookies from the year before, which are Bailey, Gunner, Harris, Winovich, Myers, Harry, Stidham.
We should go into special teams. It's time.
Hold on. I want to say that like there's a lot of things building, and like we want to make the playoffs this year. We've talked about the path, but always hanging in that background is the fact that we have both of these draft classes where it feels like 85 to 90% of them are performing well much before our expectations of them usually are. Damian Harris
But so many people are so used to having someone be like an all-pro their first season that they're so ready to just not call them good picks, and they're just one bad season will call them a
Well, that's what I'm saying is, so like initially, like it took a lot for people to like realize that Damian Harris was going to be in a good position, but it shows you what he's doing this year. Well, we don't have to put half the players on IR and bench them this year because we're having immediate production from them. Maybe it's because of the opt-outs, but like Duggar's playing extremely well. Uche, like we said, Uche had an incredible game. And last weekend, an awesome game too.
Great.
On Kyler Murray. He's phenomenal. He's a great pass rusher. Belichick just said that he's getting more time calling plays on the field, like with the mic and everything. It's awesome. Like there's so much that's actually like hopeful about the team. I think it's funny. I've seen a lot of people this week call the Pats a talented team, and if you looked back in May, everyone was saying that this is a talentless bottom roster, and it's like, look at how many good pieces there are in this team and how long they're tenured with this team.
Right, you don't have to be Tom Brady to be talented. Sometimes the talent's not there right away, and you're not going to be the greatest of all time at your position. It's going to take time to develop, and people don't realize that.
I feel like people aren't seeing the improvements either. Like they like to rant all over N'Keal Harry, but he got a touchdown, and it was a good touchdown, like a physical touchdown. And then obviously people were frustrated with Harris last year that he sat the whole year, but there's a whole reason behind these things, right? And then Gunner obviously has improved tremendously. Since that game that he muffed that punt. Yeah, there you go, Ethan. And then obviously the emergence of Myers. Everyone was getting all over him last year because he was dropping passes, but you just got to give them time. You can't judge right away. It's ridiculous.
Players develop. What can we tell you?
Yeah.
They're not going to be effective right away. People don't have any patience, and sometimes players take time before they can make an impact. Not everyone is a day one starter.
Right.
I do want to touch on something I found interesting was actually when Jarrett Stidham came in. Not only did he come in as a relief of Cam Newton, he came in and started and he threw 3 passes. Normally they bring in the backup to run the clock out. They call it mop up duty. And
Yep.
Right.
this was anything but. This
That's
was
baseball,
anything but
but
it. Yeah.
Was this his first appearance in his career that wasn't
The Jets when he threw the
interception?
picks.
Jets.
No, the
It's a
Jets
blitz
obviously
play.
ended. But I thought you were going to say
it didn't end in the pick. Yes. Okay. So I thought it was interesting.
Obviously, I know he came in at one game and took a few knees, but Jets last year, the Chiefs this year, the Niners this year.
He came in for the Redskins last year.
Yeah, I think he just took.
I think he
throw the ball, or did he just take a few
I think he
knees?
threw it a couple times.
I know Ryan
was at
Izzo scored a
work.
touchdown in that game.
But no, my point is, I thought it was interesting that they brought him out and had him start slinging it instead of just run the clock out. I think they want to see what he can do. And to be fair, he made a good play. He fake bubble screen. He looked off the safety. It got Gunner wide open, and it was 6. I don't think you can. As we talk about the future, the future is what it is. We'll see what happens. They could probably. I would like to think they'd draft another guy as well, but I think Stidham would have one more camp at least.
He's the one guy that's guaranteed a roster spot at the quarterback position so far for next year.
And I think I do wonder if he would be an option later in the let's say we're up in a big game, we're losing by 2 scores, and Cam Newton's throwing a football like a pumpkin. Do you think that would they think to turn to Stidham to see what he can do, see if he can pull us out of it? I wonder if that would be an option. I wonder if they're trying to figure that out.
it's a tough conversation to have.
Season, yeah.
To have right now, I'm sure that will spark back up in the offseason. But it was really nice that they didn't just have Stidham come in and just run the clock out, because like Trent Green tried to pull on the broadcast when he was
oh Jesus,
when he was the Chargers
They called a very good game. Trent and Kevin called it a very good game.
He was
this. Go ahead, Grant.
They must be upset that they're running the score up on them and they're throwing, but it's they're not throwing because there's no love lost or something. There's not some vendetta Belichick has against Anthony Lynn. It's simply, I think, just because they want in-game action for Stidham, and they don't get this often, where there's a no pressure kind of almost a preseason feel situation for it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I 100% agree. And I thought Trent getting all butthurt over it was a little okay.
I don't even know if he was butthurt, but it was just a weird comment. It was I clearly see what they're doing here, and I don't know why you're making this out to be.
It's what does it matter? They're trying to see it. If you're an outsider looking in, maybe I understand if you feel that way, but you got to understand as well that this is a kid that they think could be the future. They need to see what he can do, especially since they didn't have preseason this year. And I feel like they would draft another quarterback. Let's assume Cam moves on. I'd like to think they'd draft another quarterback. Because if Stidham's not ready by year 3, then will he ever be ready at that point?
Yeah,
will Zach Wilson be ready by year 1?
So, no, you'd have to bring a bridge guy in. Either way, you're going to bring a bridge guy in. So, whether that's Cam again or or another guy, that's another.
Or Stidham. Stidham could be the bridge guy.
So. It's a long conversation that I'm sure we'll have 100 times, and it's funny. It's very funny how we flip
There's
back.
100 answers for it.
We flip back to the Stidham came in a garbage time moment, and it's but he looked good this time. So now I'm ready to throw out the other 4 times. It's funny how recency bias works, because we were saying I want to see when the game plans for him, and I want to see when he comes in, and it's he's supposed to come in, but he comes in, and they were ooh, that was a nice couple throws there, Stidham.
Hey, there were reports that he did get some first team reps when Cam had the abdominal injury. So he did get some reps this week.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe that's why they felt more comfortable. Like, okay, that you've had some reps. Let's rep this, do those plays in the game when there's no pressure on you. See what you can do, and it worked out. I mean, 2 out of the 3 throws were good. Obviously, they were completions, but the first throw was awful.
And then the Michelle throw, like Sony Michelle might be a weapon in the passing game. Like,
Yeah.
That was a good catch.
Oh,
Catch. In coverage, catches it, and then just like breaks a few tackles because no one wants to tackle him. Like,
Nobody can.
And he's a
Nobody
and he's a
can.
fullback.
Nobody can.
Say that again.
Like
He-
no one could.
That's
Sony
right.
Michelle,
And
Sony Michelle might be
Is
the
he the
greatest
Swiss Army
offensive
knife?
weapon we have.
is he
Is
the
he
Swiss
the-
Army knife?
Is he the X factor that this offense needed?
I think they need to start splitting him out more.
Yeah, he runs like a fullback.
Oh, funny.
What are the
A
Patriots this year
fullback
with
that
Sony
leads
Michelle?
the AFC
4-1.
in yards per carry.
Oh,
Does Sony
the
Michel
Patriots
lose
for-
football games?
Is he? Are the Patriots 4-1 with Sony Michelle? Did I just do that math right? I think they are. You never know.
Stidham throwing a pass to Sony Michel made my 2017 like college football, like that was like one of my least favorite players in Jarrett Stidham, and my literal
Which is
favorite.
why it's not real. Which is
My-
why this game never happened.
Yeah, like honestly, everything that happened in this game, you could not have predicted. Like 2020 in itself, I'm sick of the jokes. Like, oh my god, that's so 2020. If 2020
Right.
wasn't crazy enough, those jokes are washed, dude. It's December. We're over it. Let's
Seriously,
stop.
I
But
hear that.
But if you had said to me that N'Keal Harry, Devin McCourty, Gunnar Olszewski, Jarrett Stidham would pass to Sony Michel and Jarrett Stidham would throw a touchdown and we win this game 45-0, that would be officially the craziest thing you could have told me in 2020. I would have believed the coronavirus lockdown before I would have believed any of that.
Ryan Izzo too. He caught a pass. I have to mention that again. That dude caught a pass. I don't care if it was a 6-yard
How many-
pass.
we
caught
need
a pass.
Jake, let's collab on this week. We need to find out how many routes Izzo ran up between the 2 passes he caught. So the last one that he caught being the Hail Mary, and then
How do we find that? Which Jacob website do we use?
You're just gonna have to. Watch the
it's
entire
not
game.
no, it's not hard. We can find that. But we'll figure that out and we'll report back with it because he's probably run like 65 to 72 routes since that's happened.
What did you guys feel about like moving N'Keal Harry to tight end?
No,
anything,
Ryan Izzo is the
anything.
heir to the Gronk throne.
no.
Put Sony at tight end, like anything over.
Okay, you want to mess with Harry? You want to mess with Harry's development?
He's not even developing as a receiver at this point. So I mean, what the
Oh
hell
my
does it
God.
matter?
Stop
We're
it.
right now messing with N'Keal Harry's development as our starting tight end.
Like I think him as a wide receiver, like I don't give any like chance at this point. But if you throw him in as a tight end, though, maybe
Look,
he can block. He can block
I'm
better than
sure
Izzo.
he can play goal line safety at if the other team's going to try a Hail Mary that he can try to swat a ball down. Like I'm sure he'll be good at that.
The
Sorry,
ship has sailed on N'Keal being like elite. If he can just be serviceable and develop into that, that's fine.
Can we just talk about the Chargers being bad for a second? Like one guy I want to talk about. Okay, Kenneth Murray
Oh my-
flexing when he's
I have
down
that in
here
my
we
notes,
go.
Matt. I have
35-0.
the last bullet point I have
And
is
the
Kenneth
next-
Murray.
The next
Let me-
play
okay.
after he screams at the camera, they have too many men on the field and they get a first down. I was watching the game with my cousin and we'd lost it. We were laughing so hard because this guy gets so hyped up, looking at the scoreboard, he's down 35-0. Walks off the field, just to have to go right back on the field because his team.
High-fiving guys
Yeah.
on the side.
It was-
Let's go.
it was-
Let's go.
It was 38-0, and Trent Green, I think, was like, they're gonna have to settle this man down. It was like it's 38-0. Do you think Kenneth Murray actually is like some people, you know, could have had Kenneth Murray? Do you think Kenneth Murray like hates the Pats because he could have been here and we basically traded Kenneth Murray for Kyle Duggar?
Ugh.
Yeah,
He
we
seems like
basically
that kind
traded
of
him
player
away
from what
for-
I've seen. And I liked
That's
Kenneth
what
Murray.
everyone wanted him too. Everyone wanted him.
It kind of bugs me.
Oh, he's a good player. He's a good player. They're stupid. He's stupid.
Is he like? Okay, so this was my last point. Actually, meant to bring up earlier was I said this last week is that this was going to be a huge coaching mismatch, and my God, was it ever? Anthony
A
Lynn.
mismatch is an understatement.
Anthony Lynn should be on the other side of a drive-through window. Like this guy, like the fact that he hasn't been fired yet is unreal to me. Like I get it's the Patriots, but like, dude, 45
the
nothing.
Chargers special teams coach needs to be executed in front of the city of Los Angeles. Like,
Did you see?
They punted the ball 5 times. One of them was returned for 50 yards. The other one was returned for 70 yards and a touchdown. 3 of their 5 punts, they had 10 players on the field. 1 of their 5 punts, they had 12 guys on the field. I could be messing that up. They had 2 missed field goals. One of them was blocked for a touchdown. They had a penalty to give the Patriots a first down on their punt defense. What else did they have?
Oh God!
I mean, they could have easily just kicked a field goal to save their pride, but they decided not to. On like 4
No, see,
No.
I would have been. That's actually if you kick a
that's
field
like
goal there.
That's like leaning in to break up a perfect game by getting hit
Like
by
Mike
a
McCarthy
50-yard
did that a
line.
few weeks ago. It's like when you're getting shut out, you kick the field goal so you can preserve the shutout. Like that's lame.
Yes.
I would honestly fire a coach for doing that.
Well, I mean, how about just the fact that like
no.
just the fact that they
for the pride of the locker.
that they ran like well on the first drive and then didn't like run the ball for the rest of the day. It's like, what are you doing? Go to what's working. I get you. Like, if you're down a touchdown, you're gonna throw, but like that's not working. Like you're down to your 4th string tackle. Like, what are you doing? Putting your rookie quarterback back there to get killed? Like
Belichick against those rookies, man. It's the,
and then
it's,
and they have
The Rappaport tweet.
They have something with like even numbers or something because they never want to put 11 guys on the field. It's either 10 or 12. It's wow. Like this was like the ultimate coaching mismatch, and this was a great day for Belichick.
Did you see the Rappaport tweet where it was like the Chargers have the utmost respect for Anthony Lynn and his staff?
yes, yes. I saw that.
It was like
It was like the Chargers will not be letting go of Anthony Lynn. They actually have more respect for Anthony Lynn after this game.
This podcast has turned into a weekly let's make fun of the opponent's team Twitter account and just make fun of their tweets that they do once they lose. That's been
the Ravens multiple times.
Ravens.
Multiple times.
The Cardinals. Well, I don't remember the Cardinals have like the most rushing yard.
We didn't do it with the Cardinals, but yeah.
third down stop. Let's go.
Last week was also a bad coaching mismatch, but this week was horrendous.
It was so bad.
That team ain't even bad. They've actually had a couple good drafts.
Every game they've lost by like a possession, right? Like they've got these heartbreaking losses, and this is the first time they've just gotten their doors just absolutely kicked in. They have talent and young talent. They have talent all over the place, and they've won 3 games all year.
Herbert.
Allen got clamped again, by the way. So.
Yeah,
Herbert, Bosa, they locked up. Like they got Murray, they got players.
Chris
on
Harris.
All right, I got a take about the Chargers, and then I have like one more thing to say about them.
I have one more thing about the Chargers, and then another thing.
Okay, cool. The Chargers actually look like it looks bad. Like this game, it looks bad, but obviously Lynn is not going to be the head coach next year, and they'll be finding someone else. I think that the Chargers are probably the most attractive job offer in the league. I think if they get like Eric B, or I don't know who else is going to be like the top tier, probably like Greg Roman.
Josh
but
McDaniels.
McDaniels, yeah, I was going to say.
That would be the perfect spot for McDaniels, might I add.
But to screw up,
it's like really we just laid out all the names. They have a lot of talent. They're clearly poorly coached, and there's clearly holes on the team. A lot of those being in special teams. But nonetheless,
and they'll have a top 5 pick. Probably
they're gonna have a great pick, so they're gonna add another talent to it. But how many times can you say that you have like a really really good quarterback that that can contend for a Super Bowl on the rookie deal? It's so hard these days. That's why the Chiefs are gonna be like really good for a while, is because they still have Mahomes on his rookie deal and they're able to compete with him. So with Justin Herbert competing on a rookie deal is the ideal perfect situation for anyone. So if you're a head coach, if you're Eric Bieniemy
and the 5th-year option, right?
Yep, since he's a first-round pick. So you've got him for 4 more years on a rookie deal before you have to start paying him the big bucks. So you can load that team up. And I think that I don't know, I got 4 years to make this take. I feel like the Chargers are going to be either in a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years.
If they get a competent coach, anyways.
Clip.
I don't know about that, but
which they will. I think that they're like such a good situation.
It feels like they'll make the divisional round.
It feels like the Niners.
Just let me hit you.
Where it's like where they had all this talent, but then they ended up with a really good pick, and then they got an awesome head coach in Kyle Shanahan, and look what he's done with the team.
Let me use your take against you. They're also got the Chiefs and the Raiders in that division, so it's going to be tough.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That could be fun
Raiders.
though.
They're gonna have to get over
The Raiders.
They're gonna have to get over the Chiefs in order.
Well, they're better right
Come
now.
on, I thought you were a
record-wise.
Gruden guy.
Raiders.
I like Gruden, but you're not going to be like, is it good enough?
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Is it good enough to beat the Las Vegas Raiders? Like that. I'll give you the Chiefs, but I'm not giving you the Raiders.
I'll give
One
you
thing,
the Chiefs.
one other thing I had is obviously we've like kind of mentioned him and gone around, but Gunner apologies. I think every single one of us and
Nope.
and
Yeah.
flex about it, Ethan. You've said it too. You've said it too. We've all been down on Gunner, rightfully so.
I've said that Gunner was not a good kick returner this year, and he hasn't. So
Did you?
I just want to say,
Did you watch that game we had?
What?
Did you watch that game we had?
which one?
kick return, not punt
Last-
return.
Oh,
I said kick
oh,
return.
oh, oh.
I said kick return.
Yes.
I
Anyways,
spend my
one of
money
my
on
favorite.
this jersey.
Whoa! Just realized we only had like one kick return in this game.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Chargers forgot to score.
I'll apologize to Gunner when he
That's-
becomes like a reliable receiver.
Right when he catches a
stop.
touchdown.
No, come on. Like what? Like look, if
Tied
you're
for the team lead in
He's not a
touchdowns.
but
He was
Jacob,
great.
Your gripe with
You can
him.
pencil him in for special team player of the
Your
week.
gripe with him was that like, oh man, he like sucks. He can't return. He's not a good return man. And then he does, and you're like, well, let me ask a little bit more of him. Let's just give the man a little credit
he has,
where
like,
it's
Okay, no,
clearly
I give
deserved.
him
He has,
credit
like,
for the kick
350
returns.
return yards in
obviously.
2 games.
I give him credit for the kick returns. Relax, but I mean, they're kick returns. I mean, like,
What?
What do you mean?
Oh, wait, what does that even mean? The kick returns that set up literally like all of our offensive points.
Or the one
I was
that
talking to kick
scored
return
a
touchdowns.
touchdown.
I was talking
Oh,
about the touchdown.
It scored a touchdown, but it's still a punt.
It scored a touchdown. It set us up in positive field position to just like literally blow them out of the water.
The fact that it was more one game. Okay, if you want to say 2, because last week
He
it
did it
didn't
last
count.
week,
That's what I
too.
just said, buddy. Chill.
2 games.
But
So
Here's another Jacob attack.
Jacob needed to find something negative.
you can
didn't
say,
he?
okay, let me speak for a second first. No, I give him credit
Dude,
for the kick returns.
just be like,
I
I'm
give
sorry,
him credit
Gunner.
for
You're a good football player, and you're fun to watch, and you're a sweet dude. Like that's all that has to be said. No one's gonna critique you and be like, Jacob, like, guess what? 3 weeks ago you said you like Gunner, but he sucks. Like no one's gonna do that. You don't have to be so ahead of the curve to when he eventually
Ahead of the
isn't on the
curve.
team and be like, suck it.
That's not even what I'm doing. Like he's had a good couple weeks returning kicks. If he keeps doing it, fine. Consistency
he
is
averaged
key.
38 yards per catch in this game, Jacob. You're telling me he has to be a better receiver? Come on.
Just
I
shook
don't
a
see,
man.
I don't see the
Tossed
need
him.
to apologize for one
Whoa.
touchdown and a good
Two
and then
touchdowns.
a second good one. The second one didn't count, so we're not going to pretend it did.
No, he had 2 touchdowns last
One-
game.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, okay. And I'm
even
talking about
even
punts,
though
I'm
it
talking
didn't
about
count,
punts.
clearly he's not good enough to make it to the end zone on the
Talking
punt
about
returns.
punts. But he has one touchdown, and then the second one was like what, a 60-yard or something like that. A good one.
A
It was
mere,
a good one.
a mere 60 yards.
Something like that. So no, good game for him.
Barely 60 yards.
Good game for him against a incompetent team on special teams.
Oh, here we go.
I mean,
I
you're
knew
not
that was
wrong.
Jeffy
You're
had
not
the
Am
same
I
amount of
wrong?
career
Am I
touchdowns
wrong?
as Damien
No,
Harris.
you're not wrong.
No, you're not. wrong.
Damien Harris has
If
the same
he
amount of career
continues to
touchdowns
do
as Gunner.
this, if he continues to do this, I'll give him credit.
Yeah, well,
What's the
I
problem?
mean,
This is what people
if he
don't get:
continues
is that
to-
consistency
if he
means
continues
everything.
to return 200 total yards per game, then sure, you'll accept it.
Jacob, why do we always argue when the Pats win?
You tell me.
Look yourself in the mirror and tell me why that is.
Oh,
All
I'll
right.
look myself in the mirror. Okay,
All right. Rams. So,
Okay. Couple things.
oh, right. Sorry. Go for it.
let's continue.
Jake
please.
Bailey is like special teams. We obviously know about Gunner. We know the story. Jake Bailey is a legit weapon, and when the Patriots are punting, kicking, or returning punts or returning kicks, it's fun to watch.
Well, I mean,
Really
it's
fun to
only
watch.
punts. It's only
No.
pinning the opponent back within the
Right.
5-yard line. So until he can do it and pin it at the 1 every time, I don't care. That's what
No,
Jacob
but
punts like every single week.
When Jake Bailey comes out to punt, I'm like, Dad, watch this. Watch where he's gonna pin this punt. And then one of my favorite moments from this game, it was when we had a 3-and-out. We were doing Charger Slender earlier, and it came to my head now. But we had a 3-and-out late in the game. It was like 38-0. And you see the Chargers defense. They make the stop behind the line. They're like, 4th down. Bring out the punt. So funny.
The last thing you want to see is Jake Bailey hit the field after getting a 3-and-out is nice, but not when Jake Bailey's about to hit the field.
Right. Jake Bailey's about to kick this thing 75 yards, pin him at the 2-yard line.
Bethel. Remember that play?
Dude, everyone on
That's
special teams.
another great play.
That was like the one that Slater had last year, where you like catch it and throw it back.
Yeah,
That was a
something like
freak
that.
play. That was insane.
He could have downed like another one inside
He
the
tracked
5.
that ball
Slater
better
didn't
than
get
like
pushed out
any
of bounds.
wide receiver on this team does.
Did Slater remember his? Like, did he step out of bounds? So he
Yeah,
couldn't,
no,
couldn't touch
Yeah,
the
he
ball.
got pushed out of bounds.
He's
Because
just
I
a
met-
genius.
Someone
He's
told me
just a
that and I
genius.
missed it.
Yeah,
He
first player out of
he
bounds,
ran
so he
way out
can't
of
touch the
bounds,
ball.
and the ball bounced up at the 1 yard line. He just stood there and watched it bounce, and like if he touched it, it would have been a penalty.
Because at first I was like, "What?" Like, I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" But I guess that makes sense.
Should have known that he knows. Yeah.
Okay,
all right, so
Rams.
Rams. So we talked about it last week.
Rams.
I said if we win and we win big, we own SoFi, and this is a home game now for us. Boy, do we win big.
Yep.
We got a short week though, and like you said, coaching matchup. You know, I'd like to play the Anthony Lynn Chargers, the Anthony Lynn LA football team on a short week. Not Sean McVay. You know, Sean
Washington
McVay is Sean
We're
McVay.
playing the Sean McVay Rams.
Top 5 coach.
Yeah, he's up there. He's right there.
Definitely top 32.
Look, I think this thing too is like he got embarrassed in the Super Bowl. Like he didn't even score a touchdown, and he's an offensive minded coach. So he's probably mad as like couldn't be right now.
He's so mad he might.
I mean,
drop
this is a
9
good
this
team.
week. He's gonna wake
Yeah,
up
who
feeling
knows?
dangerous.
Jared Goff is where I'd like to start with the Rams because he hasn't looked great in these last few weeks. He really hasn't. They've been winning without him playing well, and the Patriots sure had no problem stopping Jared Goff in the Super Bowl. But they're
Where do
running.
they rank in terms of time of possession.
But they're
They
ranked.
always throw the
But
ball like 100 times.
I'm trying to find their offensive
They're-
line ranking.
their
actually.
running game has been great these last few weeks. It's completely carried them. It seems like in these wins. And then on top of that, if they're not running, Jared Goff doesn't have to be the best quarterback on the
Who are their
field
running
because
back? Zach Stacy and Todd
Daryl
Gurley.
Henderson.
Cam Akers, Daryl Henderson.
Not Todd Gurley or Zach Stacy.
But because
Malcolm Brown.
Steven Jackson.
Yeah, Malcolm Brown.
Steven
not sure.
Jackson.
He might be hurt.
they got and then they got
Malcolm
they got
Brown.
Cooper Kupp, they got Robert Woods. So
Eric Dickerson.
Just as I predicted, the Rams are 4th in time of possession. I feel like they run like 1,000 plays a game every single week.
they can wear the defense out. And
Yeah.
I think that
That's
Yeah, but we have a defense that doesn't get worn out.
Get off the field on 3rd down. That's the point. That's the key to any game. So it's not like a special take there. But
no, but you're
I
you're
honestly
right.
think that we should just get rid of Bentley. Like, I don't even know if he played bad or not. I think we should just get rid of Bentley and just put Duggar and Phillips as inside linebackers.
Jake, Ethan, do you know who the leader in tackles was against Arizona?
Bentley.
It was Jawan Bentley.
Bentley,
but we didn't play Arizona.
Bentley actually played well.
But we didn't play
played-
Arizona?
We played the Chargers.
Talking about this week. But
Are you
I'm
on
talking about this week.
he
you on
played well
crazy
this week,
pills?
too. Crazy pills. Did you take your stupid pills today?
Yes.
But
I don't know. The
Bentley's
thing with
fine.
their
Bentley's
offense
fine.
is like they take away what we're known for is like taking away your best weapon, but like this Rams offense has more than
Yeah,
just
what
one
is the
weapon.
Rams'
It's like
best
either
weapon?
Cooper Kupp or
Sean McVay?
probably
Kupp?
Cooper Kupp. I would say Cooper Kupp on offense, probably.
Todd
to be
Gurley,
honest.
Brandon Cooks. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I think Ethan
Robert
did that
Woods
joke
played
like
kinda
2
well.
minutes ago. They're good. Look, we got a bunch of good receivers. If Gilmore can just play well at the end of the stretch, we're gonna be winning these games. He did Hopkins. He got Keenan Allen. We've got I don't know who will be on this week. Probably Robert Woods.
Probably Robert Woods. That's what I would say. Yeah.
We need Joe Wan to stand at the secondary. Back to back, really, really, really good games.
Yeah,
phenomenal games, really, by the secondary.
Oh.
After
They got
getting
two good tight
torched.
ends too. It's like,
And the front sevens played
you
well.
just look up and down.
The front sevens played well, actually.
That's a great
Yeah.
point too.
And I
Led
believe,
by
and
the
I,
Michigan man.
and I think it helped that we played like the last two teams we played have had pretty poor offensive line play.
And the Rams
Because of-
offensive line's hurt too. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, because especially the Chargers was hurt too. But yeah, but the Cardinals offensive line was a little banged up. Not too bad, but
Yeah. They were down to like their 3rd or 4th
were
left
they?
tackle.
I know the Chargers were. I didn't know if they're.
Oh yeah, I thought we were talking about the Chargers.
No,
I don't know
Cardinals.
if the Rams or Cardinals are.
we're out for the year, right?
banged up.
Wentworth is out. So again, that's what I'm saying. So if like it helps the front seven that the offensive lines haven't been great, but I think this offensive line. That's what I was trying to find right now, but Football Outsiders is just not working for me. Yeah, I think our front seven could do as long as we need to win the battle up front. This has been the topic all year. Is of losing that we've been
both
losing
sides too.
Losing the battle up front is going to affect the secondary as well. So it's like it starts up front.
All right, I'm gonna apologize for me 2 minutes ago. I said who is the Rams' best weapon? All right, clearly it's Aaron Donald. So we need.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking offense.
No, you're good. I was
Ramsey,
thinking
too, who's
both,
the best
and I
corner
didn't.
in the league.
Fair.
Yeah, dude.
No, stop it.
No. Jake actually has have you seen what he's done
Right,
the last 2 weeks?
Grant just knows that he shut down DK and is now all on the Jalen.
But did you see what he did to DeAndre Hopkins last week?
The Kalen. What?
Did you see what
No,
he
I
did to
didn't
DeAndre
watch.
Hopkins?
Well, I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is not good anymore.
Don't watch
Push off, man.
Push
Don't
up,
work on
boy.
that.
Dude who was third in the league in receptions. I think he held him for 2 catches and 14 yards, I believe.
Yeah, but John
Yeah, but
Brown's
Myers is
son
gonna
shut
put up
him
100,
down,
so it doesn't.
John Brown Jr.
2 catches for 16. I apologize.
Look,
2 catches for 16.
I said this a while
Yeah,
back.
my fantasy team knows.
No,
I said this a while back.
Jalen Ramsey is a
and
badass.
I think that this.
He's a badass.
I feel like this team is better than the team we faced in the Super Bowl, but
Well, yeah, they have.
that might just be me.
That's a really interesting take.
I don't
One
think
thing
so.
You lose Brandon Cooks, and then you get
Cup.
obviously Cooper Cup back, and then now they have Jalen Ramsey instead of Marcus Peters.
And the Patriots
That's
offense.
a
is
huge upgrade.
And this
You don't
Patriots
understand.
offense is significantly worse than the Super Bowl from 2 years ago.
You don't understand how big of an upgrade Ramsey is over Peters. It's not funny. It's
So
not
if
funny.
this offense puts up more than what do we score? 13 points? Are they better than the Super Bowl winning team?
what?
I'm not ready to give him that.
I'm just
Well, I
saying
mean,
people like to judge off
okay.
of points.
I'll give you this. We just put up 45 last week. And we put up like 17 points in the 2007 Super Bowl. So is this team better than the 18-1 Patriots?
Well, yes. It's the short answer.
Yeah. But this offense is significantly worse than the Super Bowl. What? No Brady, no Edelman, no Burkhead, no Gronk, no Hogan.
No, a lot of
That
players.
team had no Myers and Olszewski. Olszewski's
Yeah.
averaging 38 yards a catch since Sunday.
since yesterday.
And a touchdown on 2
I believe that's his
Well,
first target though, because his only other catch is not was not intended for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that
we'll
doesn't
see.
count. It doesn't count.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I think that's crazy. I think it was his first target, and he got a 38-yard touchdown on his first target of the season, I believe. All right, let me say this about the Rams too. Is I think that one thing about the Rams that
The Rams.
the Rams have been really good this year. I think they've exceeded a lot of people's expectations. They're first in the
100%.
NFC West, but they are not the same team every week. There is times where the Rams look like they're going to be the Super Bowl team out of the NFC, and they look like unstoppable. But then there's certainly times they just look like, I don't know, the Arizona Cardinals or something like that. But so they just won big, and they had a big win in a division opponent. So maybe we get that Rams this week. That is the lesser version of LA that we've seen. The one that didn't show up against Miami, the one that lost to San Francisco a week or two ago. The one that got beat by Buffalo early in the season. That Rams. Hopefully we get that Rams, and that's my biggest pro, or my thing that gives me the most hope going into this game, is that the Rams have been so wildly inconsistent. Not like we haven't, so wildly inconsistent that I think that we might be able to pull it out from under them. But I think this is the best team that we,
Belichick. So
outside of Kansas City, I think this is the best team we've played this year.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
Who's better?
Buffalo.
Jacob, we can't hear you.
Buffalo. Yeah, that's your team.
It's close. It's close.
Miami.
Jacob.
Miami.
Can anyone else hear Jacob?
Sorry, I was muted.
There you go.
Miami is the best team.
This is a team this is a game that we need to win. This changes a lot in terms of the path. Okay, yeah, we'll go into. You can go into that in 1 second.
Yeah,
But
me and Ethan will take it.
But if you win this game, the rest are pretty much divisional games. So I mean, in those are divisional games. You can win those games. We know for a fact we can win those games. You just got to obviously we'll talk about that at a later date. But like this is like the biggest, like Grant said, like the best team, one of the best teams we've played all year, and this is the best team we have left. So this is the game. Like if you can pull this one off, and then take care of your divisional games, you're most likely in the playoffs.
Once again, a primetime game. Patriots have played well on primetime.
I think we've won every
big
primetime.
game.
I think we've won every primetime game except for one.
Seattle and Kansas City.
Seattle, which
Seattle.
it's not even a loss.
KC,
Kansas
so-
City wasn't
Are we
supposed to be
counting Kansas
prime
City?
time. That got moved. It's it's COVID,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
We-
So-
yeah.
Count.
Doesn't
Yeah.
count. COVID asterisks.
Yeah.
So the other thing too, I know Grant and I both love Sean McVay. I think he's 32-0 when he is up at halftime, so you do not want to be losing to him by halftime. He's basically a mini Bill Belichick.
so
Like
what's
I don't
gonna
want to
happen is
compare him to
they're-
Bill Belichick, but he's
We need to get ahead
I
early.
just completely
Go
cut
ahead.
out. They're going to be up
No,
at the
you're good.
half, and then we're going to win.
and we'll beat him.
Yeah, so that's 100%
Seems like it
what's
might
going
be
to
that way. They'll show the graphic. 32-0 went up at halftime.
happen.
Basically, we need to get up early and run the game our way. Because if
Yeah.
we're
Just like the Chargers.
if we're playing
game.
catch up and we have to go and Cam Newton has to go up against Aaron Donald 40 times, like that's
Joe
that's a
Tooney's son. Joe Tooney.
good point. Good
Dude,
point. Very
dude.
good point.
Donald could absolutely just own Cam in this game. That could be
He
that could be a
could.
massive issue. I
That
can see
could-
that
that
happen.
could be a- what, Aaron Donald's gonna somehow get lined up like on the opposite side of Ryan Izzo
On
in this
Izzo.
game.
Oh God.
just
I'm
like
gonna
JJ,
Izzo's-
just like
Donald.
JJ Watt did a couple weeks ago.
What if Izzo pancaked
I'm turning off
Donald?
my screen.
What if Ryan Izzo just pancaked Aaron Donald?
Honestly,
that's like
after
me,
last
that's
week,
like me pancaking.
That would be
Aaron
2020.
Donald.
after last week,
Wow.
nothing is out of the picture.
This is
Imagine Ryan Izzo just runs over Donald and like gets up and starts like flexing on him. That'd be the funniest thing ever.
Like he does that to Aaron Donald, like what Calhoun did to Kelsey.
Yes.
at least Calhoun's got like I don't know something.
He could probably play better tight end.
All right, we doing winners and losers?
No, Ethan and Jake, I want you to talk about the path a little bit because
Oh,
I
yeah,
know you
path
guys,
talk.
you guys have broken it all down. It's the weekly path talk, new segment basically.
talk.
The path.
Path talk with Jake and Ethan.
Go for it, guys.
Okay.
Jake, you want to start?
Okay, we're gonna get into it later, so I don't want to step on it too much. But I hate the Jets. Screw you and the Texans. Nice job down at the goal line, Texans. But
I laughed my butt off on both those plays.
no.
What is
I
wrong
know.
with you?
I know we needed it, and I was disappointed, but it was just funny what happened. I was living in the
You're
moment.
just a
Sorry.
Patriots hater.
I'm putting you on watch, bro.
So we didn't really get what we needed to happen. But how can you? Okay, so funny. Dolphins fans and Bills fans are like, "It's over for you guys. You guys, people actually think we can make the playoffs. We have a much easier schedule than you guys." And that's the biggest like takeaway. There are these AFC teams like the Bills and the Dolphins that have tough games coming up down the stretch, and the Patriots have a much easier schedule
Yeah.
comparatively.
Mhm.
And
We got Rams and then Dolphins. So
Dolphins.
we have a long week to prepare for the Dolphins. And we got the Bills and then Jets.
at home,
And then
Bills here.
Bills at home Monday night. So a little extra time to prepare for that. Buffalo has San Francisco tonight, which I don't know. I'm sort of feeling a Niners dub.
I am too.
I don't know, me too.
I'm feeling a Niners dub.
They're actually
And then we're
favored
two
Maybe.
in
back
this
to the
game.
division.
The Niners are actually favored in this game.
Are
I
they?
saw that.
I think
Yeah.
so.
What?
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
Okay.
surprised me too. But
San
Well,
Francisco
the
minus
Chargers
2.
were favored in the game yesterday. So.
You will hear this by the time you know the answers. So however much we talk about this, you will either laugh or be
You-
like,
you can
"Dang,
clown
those
me."
guys are so smart."
I don't
Yes.
think it's like. Sorry, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility they lose this game. I mean,
No,
or the Bills lose this game. You know what I mean?
Look, we just put up 45 on a team that we were underdogs against. So,
Correct.
like Ethan said,
Okay,
Like,
so then
how
Buffalo
can you-
has. Who else does Buffalo have?
I just had
Buffalo
Steelers.
has.
Pitt.
Dolphins.
That's correct. They got Steelers week 14 on a Sunday night, and then they got the Broncos. So give them hell.
Isn't it on the road too?
It is on the
Who
road.
played really well against the Chiefs.
Oh,
Want me to give you the
Let me-
Bills
let
schedule
me be
for you?
crazy.
Then no, I got it right here, Jacob.
Oh, okay,
and then
never
they travel to New England for a Monday night game, and then week 17
They're
against
not going to
Miami,
win that game.
which is no pushover anyway. Now Miami.
Sounds like 4 straight losses. to me.
Miami, they are hosting Kansas City, which pencil them in for a loss. Then they go and
That
they
could also be an
have to
hilarious
host
take.
New England. So that's 2 possible losses. Then Miami has to play the Raiders, and then the Bills. So the Dolphins might go 0-4 and completely fall out of this thing.
They could. Why? Like,
I think what you guys are saying, like, all these teams will benefit from either way because Raiders play Dolphins, Bills play Dolphins. It's like,
And then the Raiders play the
teams
Colts
we need to
next
lose
week.
play
So
each
you
other.
do need a Raiders loss.
Yeah.
So the Raiders play the Colts
Yeah.
next week.
How about the fact that that the division ain't over either? Like
it's not even close to
like,
over.
like if we went out, we didn't actually win the division still.
The simple formula is win out Buffalo 3 of the next 5. They need to drop one of those being against us, one of those being against Pittsburgh, and then they've obviously got 49ers, Broncos, and Dolphins.
It's not unrealistic. Like, Dolphins fans are like laughing at Patriots fans. You guys have the Chiefs, you have the Bills, and you have us. With 2 up, we already have the game over you. Like, how is this over? It doesn't make
definitely
any
not over.
sense. No, not even close to over. And the Ravens are gonna. The Ravens are. The Ravens.
Ravens are going to lose to the Cowboys
The Ravens.
tomorrow.
They will.
So
Kidding.
Thing.
I hope. 2 back, and you heard the schedules for those teams. That's all. If we win out, we should honestly make a push for the division. We probably will.
Run the table.
we have like a 15%
Bring
chance
it back.
to the playoffs right now. If we win out, we have a 99% chance.
Something like that.
Okay, winners and losers. I
Yes.
got to head out soon, so can I just do mine first?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go close to last.
I'll go last because I have a ton, so I can, if I lose one.
My winner is Joe Judge and the New York Giants, because you beat the Seattle Seahawks, which a lot of people were saying Super Bowl favorites and NFC favorites. Russell Wilson can cook in his kitchen, but like Joe Judge as a special teams coach has done a fairly good job. He's first in the NFC East right now, beating Seattle in a very ugly game that I did not watch and I do not want to watch. But I know I checked the box score because I'm a casual Giants fan, I guess. And I saw that Joe Judge won. So good for Joe Judge, former Patriot. That's my winner. Colt McCoy was your starting quarterback and you beat Russell Wilson. My loser is Kyler Murray. They're now 6-6. And ever since they beat the Bills, he has applied 2 trade. Let me see if I can find it right here. Since beating the Bills, he applied for 2 trademarks, which are Hail Murray and Murray Magic, and they have yet to win a game since he's done that. So, like Kyler Murray
Direct
just
correlation.
should have stuck to baseball.
Stinks.
That's all I'm saying. My
Yes.
second loser is Drew Brees, who I think we can officially say is assistant quarterback because the Dolphins don't lose when he comes out. So Drew Brees is assistant quarterback.
The Saints don't lose when he come out. I had that as one of my losers, so I just want to butt in it because I had the numbers written down. Teddy for 6 games last year was 6-0. Taysom for this year, 3-0. That's a total of, I think it's 5-3. Sorry, five games last year, 3 games this year. Literally, the Saints do not lose when Breeze is out.
That's wild.
Let me just say this. This could be the dumbest thing I've ever said or the craziest thing. Is Drew Brees the 5th best quarterback in that division?
Yes. Yes.
Well, hold on.
Brady.
I don't think it's crazy.
It's not crazy.
Brady. Ryan.
Isn't it crazy?
Bridgewater. Hill. Winston. Then Breeze.
So it is
Sixth.
crazy. He's 6th.
Yeah. It's just wild.
PJ Walker, maybe?
And look, everybody knows Drew Brees, like one of the best ever, probably like top 10, whatever. He's got all the records.
Certainly
Definitely.
a top 10 Saints quarterback of all time.
He's
No
up
doubt.
he's
You
up
can't
there.
dispute that.
He's up there, but this is the thing. Why do we feel better about the Saints the last 3 weeks than we have the entire season? Someone can
That's a
take
great
it.
point.
Do you why are the Saints dangerous now and before they felt like a first round exit again?
Okay, my winner is going to be Brian Flores. Even though I'm not a big Dolphins guy, he did really stick up for his team when that fight was going on. What? There was a
Not a
fight
Dolphins
going
guy?
on.
No, I get what he's talking
No, I'm not a
about.
Dolphins guy. There's a fight going on, and he literally goes right after the players, sticks up for his players. Like, You can't ask much more out of a coach than that. He's a former Patriot. I liked him when he was here with New England. He did a lot of good things for us. I just think he's a good head coach. I think he could be coach of the year. They do pan out and don't choke away.
It's so annoying.
For the loser, I'm not actually going to go with the Jets. I'm going to go with the Raiders because why are you even in that situation in the first place?
Damn it!
Like,
You
why
stole
are
mine.
why why are the Raiders in that situation in the first place? Like, Adam Gase, Greg Williams. Greg Williams just got fired today. Adam Gase is the worst head coach in football. It's just you think you're a contending team and you're almost losing games to the Jets. So you guys shouldn't even make the playoffs. So we're coming for your playoff spot.
So my winner was I went with the Browns because of a very convincing win over the Tennessee Titans. Like, I gotta say this about the Titans real quick. Like, we've been up and down this year, but dude, look at the Titans. They are the definition of having an up and down year. Like, they've blown out teams and they've gotten blown out by teams. It's like they're a perfect team that can't pick one, which is just it's every week. It's something different with them. My loser was the Bears. It was the easily the biggest fraud 5-2 team in the league. They're now under 500. They lost to the Lions. Like, they got to do something at quarterback, like, because both of their quarterbacks absolutely blow.
Trey Lance.
All right, I guess I'll go since everybody's stealing my losers and winners. So my winner, first of all, I would say is Yo Soy Fiesta minus me for Carson Wentz being benched. So Matt, Grant, Jacob, and Ethan, nice job there. Carson Wentz stinks. He made me look like a loser. It's my fault, but he also made me really look like a loser as well. And my other winner would be Baker Mayfield because he's dangerous. Another half with 4 touchdowns. He's starting to break out a little bit, Jacob. Baker's starting to break out.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the third time I've had like Cleveland as like a winner after like a good game, and watch, they're gonna get blown out next week by whoever
but
they're playing.
They've played really well for the last month and a half now. I mean, they've
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I mean, what's the record? Are they 8? Are they 8-3?
9
or something like that?
9-3? I don't know.
9-3,
But
something like that. Regardless, they have a good record. They have a really
Since
good record.
the Ravens blew them out, they've only lost 2 games this year. So they're a good team, and it's the Houston Texans. I already mentioned them, but we needed you to win. I'm being biased with this loser, but come on, you're on like the 5-yard line, and was it the center or more on Watson? Was it the center?
Center.
Just spikes it into the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I forget the play, but it was a muffed exchange, and it was screwed us. Absolutely screwed us. But yeah, loser Texans.
Jake, just one thing to tell you right now. Brandon posted 2 minutes ago that he would want Wentz in New England.
Did he say that?
On his spam page.
Jesus.
You can cut this, I don't think.
I'd rather have Sam Darnold than Carson Wentz.
I just don't think they'll move on from Wentz, but if he actually is available this offseason, I'll be their ringleader for the Patriots to go and get him.
Not with the contract, but if he made like significantly less, I would do it.
On a Cam Newton contract.
If they cut him, sure.
Like if it was on a Cam Newton contract, I guess.
He's worse than Cam. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's terrible. Who would you rather have? Like, let's say you had to pick right here. Would you pick Carson Wentz or Sam Darnold to come here?
Carson Wentz. I
probably would go Carson Wentz.
I would go Darnold.
Yeah, I might go. I would go with Carson Wentz. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You've seen Wentz be good. When have you ever seen Darnold be even as half as good as Wentz was in 2017?
Okay, that's fair.
Like, what do you think, though, Jimmy?
I was leaning Darnold, but regardless, they're both piles of suck. So I mean, what does it matter?
Yeah, it's just turnover after turnover, and with Wentz, it's not even just the picks.
Aren't in the situation.
It's the fumble.
Dude, fumble machine.
I just thought that was crazy that he posted that.
That is crazy. No, you're right.
My winner is Dalvin Cook. So he just that Vikings team they ain't good, but and I know every year the reason I have Dalvin Cook as my winner is because I think he should be named the most valuable player in the National Football League because I think he is.
I agree.
I haven't seen a dude carry a team like that running back since not like long ago, but like Derrick Henry in the playoffs. Like he's done what Derrick Henry did in the playoffs last year this entire year. He has
I disagree.
willed them back into the hunt, and like it's the MVP conversation will never be decided on who is actually the most valuable to their team. Even though every year when that debate comes up,
It's
people
stats.
like this, like, well, is this guy, if you remove him and you do this, it's never been decided by like that.
Like a
So
narrative,
it's going
yeah.
to be, it's a complete narrative. That's all it is. And the MVP isn't, I don't think it's meaningful really at all, but I think
It
that Dalvin
but
Cook it's not.
Well, I mean,
but
it's cool to say you won MVP, but like, it
sure,
doesn't.
it's cool, but like, I just think it's any like narrative-driven awards are really just awards like that are just that's a whole different conversation. Nonetheless, Dalvin Cook has been awesome. He had 120 yards on Sunday. He's phenomenal. He's willed them back into it, and I think that he deserves more appreciation than he's getting. I think if there was one year for a non-quarterback to win MVP, it would be this year. But unfortunately, it probably
He's
won't
really
because
good.
that's not how
Should
it
be
works.
offensive player of the year at least.
He's really good.
No doubt. Or Henry.
Who,
Dalvin
I mean,
Cook.
is
think Cook
Dalvin
this year
Cook the best running
He's
back in
better
the
in
league
their
right
saving
now?
game.
No.
Yes.
It's him or
Him or
Henry.
I'm leaning
Right,
him
or-
right now.
Those are the number 2 and 3 ranked PFF grade running backs, only behind
Damian Harris.
Damian Harris.
Yeah.
Because Damian Harris is the best player in the league.
Where's Sony Michelle,
talking
by the way?
running
We
back.
didn't talk about him today.
I got 2 losers. Well, actually I had like 5, but then all of y'all stole mine. So the ones I'm left with are Andy Reid and the man upstairs, because whoever didn't challenge that Tyreek Hill touchdown really caught, like, I think that was probably
Cost
the
me
best
fantasy points.
fantasy, but I think that was one of the best touchdown catches I've ever
That was
seen.
one of the best. Yeah, they
That was
literally
crazy.
like the refs. They literally like did not like try and get a touchdown.
It was so crazy that no one in the stadium, not the refs, not the sideline, not the players involved in the play, had any idea that that was a touchdown. And it was too late. And then, I mean, you saw Andy Reid then go up the hill and be like, "You got to tell me." There's a dude upstairs
No.
that's for that. So that's on you. That's on Hill. That's on whoever. But yeah, that was crazy. And my other
Chiefs
loser,
organization.
it was in that game. Drew Lock. Just, I mean,
He's
like,
not it.
He's
God.
Wentz Jr. He's Wentz Jr.
it's so funny. It was like they come down an opportunity in the final drive, and Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth were like, this is the drive that, you know, like if Drew Lock wants to cement himself as like, I am that dude, they were like, he can put them in the end zone here. And then immediately threw what should have been picked and was dropped. And it was like, oh, that wasn't good enough for you? Here you go. And threw in a double coverage, easy pick on like 2nd and 3rd down. Didn't even give him a sliver of hope to win that game in what was a very, very winnable game against probably the best team in the NFL. Drew Lock, loser.
He stinks. Like he's not. He's just not that good.
I don't know how the hell he beat us, but that's cool.
He didn't beat. Did he?
Yeah, when he punted
was
to
telling
us.
him.
he didn't beat
Yeah.
us. Yeah, he didn't beat us.
Around the league, though, I mean, you mentioned it, Matt, but God, we just got to talk about the Jets.
My God. No.
Have you
Can we just talk about the
have you
play
guys
call?
ever like played Madden and like you're on and
No.
you just like it's the last play of the
What's
game or like it's like 3rd or 4th down and you just hit like what's it called, engage 8.
Engage
Engage
eight.
eight.
Like,
It's a zone blitz.
that works against like if you play
One guy
it
beat
like
everyone
another
else goes.
person, that'll work. If you get the computer, I don't think it always works. But that's basically the play
Did
call
you
it was.
guys-
They literally call it a cover 0 blitz. Like cover 0,
You know-
literally no one was covering anyone. Like
From ESPN Stats and Info, there hasn't been a play. I believe I'll mess up the wording here, but the way it was said is that there literally hasn't been a play like that run in that situation since 2005. So it's like I don't get the excuse, and I know like the Jets are tanking, like they want to lose, but it's also like that Greg Williams just got his job, like that was his job. So it's like you don't like what interest does Greg Williams have in the Jets losing more games? Because he's getting
that's what I
fired if
don't
he calls the play.
understand. Like,
So it just makes absolutely no sense, and I don't
We
get
know.
it. It's so beyond me. And then I mean, like, you laugh if it's not our playoff hopes. That took us from what would be like a 40-some% playoff hopeful down to 21%.
That game was so annoying. So how is it like we know their front office is tanking? Like look at the personnel on the field. But like I legitimately believe that the players now are tanking. And like why? Because like Sam Darnold wants to have a starting job, right? And like these guys want to get paid when they hit the market. But like I swear it's like they're tanking too on the field.
Dude, it's crazy because it's like
that's why tanking's so bad for sports. So
tanking,
bad for sports.
like
it's so bad.
I know I've certainly talked about it. Like tanking doesn't happen on the field; it happens in the front office. Putting an inferior product on the field is what tanking is. It's not when you just say like, "All right, everybody, like let's throw an interception on this play." That's not how tanking works, and everyone knows that. But this is the first time where it legitimately looks like that's what's happening.
Yeah,
and I don't understand it.
It persuaded me that that's what was happening.
Like, I can't get it. And the flags they got to like two or three fourth downs on the final Raiders drive that ended up with them going 4 and out. But they like drew all these flags, and it was like you literally were giving them every single opportunity you could. Like that is if you were trying to lose that game without just saying, let's not put a defensive player on the field, that would be how you do it.
Yeah, that's so like I said that in our chat, I was like, it looks like they're tanking. And you guys like got on me. They're like, of course they're tanking, they're the Jets. But I mean like on the field, like it literally looks like on the field they're tanking. It's unbelievable.
I've never seen that in sports ever.
Any competent person knows when they don't have a timeout and it's like 13 seconds left, you drop everyone back. Like even the Patriots against the Dolphins knew what was going to happen.
You literally do anything but that.
Anything.
Yeah, I don't care if Gronkowski's out there at safety.
You could just play like cover 2 and that's still better.
Because there's a safety over the top. Like
dudes ran a field goal block, punt return on. It's unbelievable. And it's so annoying because this is another thing. I picked the Jets.
The corner bit on the double move. That was
he
really
bit on
blew
a
my
hitch route.
He bit on like Ruggs coming back. Why would you do that? You get scared you're going to sacrifice 26 yards? It was up 4.
Who was it? Lamar Jackson? Was that who it was?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was.
The Nebraska dude?
So he's he's an undrafted rookie. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But what?
There's another personnel thing. Why is he on Henry Ruggs?
No, it's like not funny because like obviously the playoff hopes, like we know that, but I picked the Jets to win this game, and I would have.
It was a trap game. It was a trap game. Everyone knew the Jets should have won that game.
And I'm not like giving myself a pat on the back because I picked the Jets. I deserve anything that comes my way, but it's just so annoying. It would have looked so good.
Jake, you know I have your back fully on that. That's not a bad pick at all, and it showed.
I was
thinking
about it too. I was
tempted.
I'm like the Raiders. Oh, but it's so annoying. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh my God, he got behind them. How do you get behind the defense on a it's
Hail Mary.
Jets, so you have
like it's a Hail Mary. How do you let the receiver run by you on a Hail Mary?
Right, it's Henry Ruggs.
There's 5 seconds left of the game. Like what?
Dude, it's gonna be talked about literally forever.
Wow, a cover 0
I'm glad
blitz
Greg Williams got fired
with 10 seconds left and no timeouts left.
But who's their signal caller? Is it Marcus May?
I have no idea.
Is he the guy who gets the plays? Because
I don't know.
He came out after the game and he was like, "You just got to make a better call." But like, if you thought it was a bad call, just change the play. Like, I don't even care at that point.
But Greg Williams would have like stabbed him. Like Greg Williams.
Still, it's about winning a football game.
Right?
Yeah, Greg Williams' idea on that play was like, like prevent doesn't put pressure on the quarterback. And I'm trying to hit the QB.
They expected Derek Carr to crack under the pressure or something. But he did the exact opposite. He stepped up in the pocket and threw a dime to Henry Ruggs, who's behind the freaking corner.
But it's not like one of those plays like if it works, it's a genius play. If it works, you're still like, what the hell are you doing?
If it works, you're still
still one of those. Right, exactly.
And it's not going to work. That's the thing. There was no situation unless Henry Ruggs drops it that worked.
Like, oh wow.
Even if he drops it, you still got beat, but you just got left out.
And he got another play. because like,
I feel like
Right.
the Patriots are the
True.
only team that can run cover 0 and not get burned.
well,
But
I don't know about that, but
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I've seen another team do cover 0.
No, like it's the
Okay, I
like
didn't know
I
what
keep
you said.
saying to myself, it's Greg Williams, it's the Jets, but like, how does that go through your head to run that play? How?
You're an NFL
And then-
football team.
If you're wanting to lose and you're like, Greg Williams made that call because the organization wants to lose, why do you fire him?
to not make it obvious,
There's
They didn't want
literally
him anyways.
not. What? Make it obvious to who?
the
They're
NFL.
0-12
weren't
after
they,
that.
Weren't they like? Wasn't there a report that they were going to get investigated or something? I thought I saw something.
They should.
Like that.
I'm gonna sound like crazy.
The NBA
Take away
has
their
that.
first
They should.
overall pick. Could you?
I
imagine?
thought I read something about either Williams or the Jets getting investigated for something, or
Who
maybe
did the Lions
people
get
were
when they went
calling for them to
116?
get investigated. Maybe that was it. But
It was me. It was probably me.
It was Pat's Nation.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It's
so yeah, no, that
crazy.
was
Because I legit said that. I know I'm crazy radical for it, but there's probably something.
I was watching the Colts Texans game, and I was watching like Red Zone on my phone, like because I was just in the family room. Everyone was watching the Texans game, and then I'm like, and the Texans game ended in the way it did, and I'm like, guys, you might want to look at this Jets game. This game is it's actually coming down to the wire, and I'm like, and so we changed it back because like my brother's like, oh my god, the Jets are about to win. I'm like, maybe, and then that play happens. We're just like, oh my god.
Every
Oh,
game in that
my
1 o'clock
cousin-
slot was amazing at the end.
Just-
Though. I mean, bad
My
result, but
cousin
just all
walks in
amazing
and
games.
I go,
Just
we just beat, or the Jets just lost, or they just won. And he was like, what? So they're not going to get Trevor Lawrence? And then the second I say that, they throw the touchdown.
Unbelievable, Matt. I
was like,
can't believe you'd call it that early.
It
Oh,
means
yeah, shit.
it means a little more in my house too, because my dad's a Raiders fan and he knows that I picked the Jets in that game. So I'm at my friend's, I come back and he's smiling, laughing at me. Like it hurt so bad for me. Like that play, I was devastated to see Henry Ruggs running in. It's like I still can't wrap my head around it.
I can
don't
only
think I'll
imagine
ever-
how much that tore the Jets fans apart, because there's definitely Jets fans like just win one for the pride of it. Like we like don't like it'd be sick to like
The
you know.
worst. Oh my god.
And then but there's also
The
fans like
worst
no, that
thing
was awesome.
ever. Yeah, is rooting against your team. I do not ever want to be in that spot.
Never. We
Be
were
like, yeah, like
2-5. None of us were ever doing that. Never.
Well,
I don't care if it's Trevor Lawrence. Like,
I hope he's
I
so
don't know.
bad. That will be. He's going to the Jets.
most of
He's
us
gonna suck.
never root against our team.
yeah, because I root against the team.
No,
so
Jake.
Well,
what? The
that's what I was
Lions
gonna
got
say.
Stafford when they went 0-16. So there's that.
I lost what I was going to say, but
Yeah, and they've been just powerhouse.
Phenomenal.
all right, that's all I got.
I mean, they're not even the best team in Michigan. LaSalle. LaSalle's the best team in Michigan. See, that's full circle right there. That's full circle.
Put that clip in right after we say adios of the I think I got my swagger back, and then
We're gonna beat the no two ball.
just do the whole clip. That's the outro song. Adios.
Yeah, just do it.
Fine, adios.
Adios.
We're ready. We're ready to go out there and hit them every play. Right now, baby. You're going to know we came to Ford Field.
They're calling you guys that you guys don't have a very good offense. That Muskegon team, they're fired up. What do you say to them?
We have a good offense.
If you're not nervous, you're not ready. These kids are ready.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh,